Every Sunday at exactly 4:30 p.m, my mother set the table for two. Not three, not one, two. The same way she had done for years. One plate for herself, one plate for him. Even though he hadn't walked through that door in over a decade. Growing up in our small Pennsylvania town, Sundays meant church in the morning, football in the afternoon, and dinner together before sunset. That was our tradition. That was our family rule. My father used to sit at the head of the table, carving the roast, laughing too loud at his own jokes, telling stories about work no one really understood, but everyone listened to anyway. Until one Sunday, he didn't come home. I was 15, old enough to sense something was wrong, too young to understand it. My parents had been arguing quietly for months, late-night whispers behind closed doors, tension sitting heavy in the air like a storm waiting to break. And then, one afternoon, he packed a single suitcase. "I just need time," he said. Time. That word can destroy a family. At first, he called every Sunday. "Tell your mum I'll see her soon." But soon, slowly turned into silence. The calls stopped. The explanations stopped. The promises stopped. But my mother didn't. Every Sunday at 4:30 p.m, she cooked his favourite meal. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, green beans. She ironed the tablecloth. She lit the same candle. She wore the blue sweater he once said made her look like summer. And she waited. I used to get angry. "Mum, he's not coming," I said once. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just replied softly, "Families don't disappear that easily." But sometimes they do. Years passed. I graduated high school, then college, moved to Chicago for work. Life became busy. But every time I came home, Sunday dinner looked exactly the same. 2 plates, 2 glasses, 2 folded napkins, 1 untouched. The house grew quieter as she grew older. Her hair turned silver, her hands more fragile. But Sunday never changed. Even when arthritis made cooking painful, even when it took her longer to move from stove to table. Hope can be stubborn. One winter evening, I came home unexpectedly. Snow covered the driveway, the porch light flickered in the cold. Through the window, I saw her sitting there, alone, the second plate untouched, as always. But something was different. She wasn't looking at the door. She was looking at his old photograph on the wall, smiling. I walked in quietly. "Mum," I said gently, "why do you still do this?" She took a deep breath. "Because love doesn't stop just because someone leaves." Her voice didn't sound sad, it sounded certain. That night, for the first time, she didn't wait until 5 o'clock to clear the second plate. She sat down and ate both servings herself. Not out of anger, not out of defeat, but acceptance. A few months later, she fell ill. Nothing dramatic at first, just fatigue, shortness of breath. The doctors said her heart was weak. I stayed with her during her final weeks, and even then, on her last Sunday, she asked me to set the table. "For 2, I whispered. She nodded. At 4:30 p.m, sunlight poured through the kitchen window. She looked toward the door. But this time, she wasn't waiting. She looked peaceful. As if she finally understood something the rest of us didn't. She squeezed my hand and said softly, I was never waiting for him to come back. I was waiting for my heart to forgive him. And then she closed her eyes. Now, whenever Sunday comes, I feel it. That quiet hour between afternoon and evening. That space where memories sit heavy. I don't set the table for two. But sometimes I light a candle. Because she taught me something powerful. Waiting isn't always about someone returning. Sometimes it's about holding on to love long enough to let it change you. She waited every Sunday alone. Not because she was weak, but because her heart was strong enough to keep loving, even when no one was there to receive it.